Hello everybody, Evan here. Today I'd like to demonstrate the new macro feature in Anukari. This is something I've wanted to build for a long time, and it's something that a lot of users have asked for, so I'm really excited to finally have this. So you'll notice in the lower right-hand corner of the interface here, there's some knobs that didn't used to be there. So there are 8 macros in total. Each of them has a knob, and this panel can be collapsed down to just 4 if you're not using all 8 macros. And these macros can be adjusted with the mouse. If you're using the standalone app, you can use a knob on your MIDI controller. And if you're using a DAW, these will automatically connect to parameters in the DAW. And so this now enables things like in Fruity Loops, there's a learn feature where you wiggle a knob around and it figures out which one you were wiggling. But now you can, use these knobs to control parameters on Anukari and record those automations in your DAW, which is great. So one of the features I'm really excited about is connecting modulators. In the past has always been kind of a labor-intense process, and now it's a lot easier. So first of all, I'll demonstrate this sound with using my MIDI controller knobs. So there I was using the MIDI control knobs to edit these parameters, but I want to have another parameter. I want to add some kind of digital sound to this. So I'm going to select both of the microphones, and over here, this little grabby hand for the first macro that's not being used, and I'm just going to drag the macro, and you'll see the parameters that are available for modulation are highlighted. I'll drop it on the isotropy parameter, and in the 3D view here, you'll see it created a macro object, and it's automatically connected to those 2 microphones I had selected. And the target for the modulation is set to isotropy because that's where I dropped it. So I'm going to crank up the depth here, and I'm going to go and I'm going to rename this knob to buzz. And now I can adjust that parameter with the mouse. I can do the parameter with the MIDI control knob. And I'm very happy. So next to the little grabby hand for the macro, there's a button. These buttons will get a better design later, but for now, the S button selects the macro. So if you want to select the macro and figure out which 3D object corresponds to this knob, you just click that button, and you can find it real easily to go edit the parameters in 3D. Another thing I'm really excited about is this drag and drop interface for creating modulation also applies to all the other modulators. So not just the new macros, but you can do this for anything. So if I select those 2 microphones again, I can go down here and grab an LFO, drag it, and I could just drop it into the 3D view like you used to be able to, and then I could manually connect this to mic. That's fine. But also, you can drag and drop the LFO, and in the same way as a macro, put it on one of the parameters. And there we go. I have an LFO on isotropy, and let's hear what that sounds like. So that makes it a lot easier to create modulation inside Anukari. I'm really excited about this. The integration with the DAW, being able to record these parameters is super handy. And I'm also looking forward to new ways to use this kind of drag and drop interface for other stuff. One thing I look forward to adding in the future is, for example, when creating a mallet, it would be nice if you had some bodies selected. If you could take the mallet and just go over here and drop it to connect it to all those bodies. And that's something that I should be adding in the near future. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully folks are excited about this new feature. I continue to work really hard on this stuff, and I look forward to making the user interface for Anukari even a lot better in the future. Thanks, and bye.